Faults are cracks that go through or into the crust. Now, not all of these cracks are the same. So we see that when a crack goes through at an angle, we call one side the foot wall. And if you put it up here by itself, we call it that because, look, you could almost walk up it with your feet. That's the foot wall, the one that's not as steep. And on this side, the shape of the block is one that you would have to hang from if you could climb like a rock cliff. So foot wall and the hanging wall. So once we decide which side is the foot wall and which side is the hanging wall, we then look at which direction it moves. And we always want to look at the hanging wall. So here you see that if the hanging wall, see how the rock layers used to be matched up? If the hanging wall falls down, that's normal. That's what gravity does. It pulls the rock down. So normal hanging wall falls. And you can see this, the pressure in the fault is moving off to the sides. Or that's called diverging. Diverge, move apart, divide, like in math, to split. Well, the opposite, look here, this is weird, right? The hanging wall has gone up. And gravity usually pulls things down. How in the world does it go up? Well, it's being squeezed. And when you push it together, the only place to go is up. This is one of the ways we get mountains. So we call this reverse because it's going the opposite direction. Instead of down, goes up. Reverse fault. And then there is one last type, a sliding fault. These don't go up or down. They go side to side. They touch each other and rub together. This is like the big fault in California. The San Andreas fault rubs this way. It does not go up or down. It moves this way. All right, I want you to try one. You need to figure out, is this a normal, reverse, or sliding? Well, the first thing we have to do is figure out which is the foot wall and which is the hanging wall. And remember, take your fingers and decide, can I walk up that line? If you walk up this line, that is the foot wall. And so the other side has to be the hanging wall. Did the hanging wall move up or down? It went down. Look, there's an arrow on it pointing down. So that's a normal fault. Because down is gravity, that's normal. Okay, what about this one? We've got to figure out which side is the hanging wall. Well, over here, we could walk up that shape. That is the foot wall. And so this is the hanging wall. Did it move up or down? Down, thank you. So if it moved down, that means it's normal. And here's what they look like in real life. A little bit harder to decide if it's normal or reverse. But here you can see this big crack, and this one has multiple cracks. Here's a big crack, and you see how these black lines could have matched up on each side? Okay, this is the foot wall, and here we see the hanging wall has moved down. So it's normal. There's another one. Same deal. Can look at the crack. This one moved down, so it's normal also. All right, folding. Sometimes rocks get bent. They can bend and make waves and bend up and bend down, and that is called a fold. Think how much force or energy it takes to bend a rock. So that's the heat and the stress that's inside the earth that can fold rock. Now there's only two that I want you to know, okay? The first one is called a syncline, S-Y-N, syncline. And what it looks like to me is a smile. If it folds that way, it starts with S, syncline, smile. And this one that folds the other way, upside down, it looks like a frown. And if you're mad and you're sad, you might be protesting. You go out with your sign and say, no more. You are anti. You are against it. So this is called an anticline. Syncline, smile. Anticline, frown. Here you can see some folds in real life. Crazy that rocks can bend like this in the ground. Look at those. So weird. It's almost like art, like the earth made a sculpture for us to look at. It's going to be really big too. See the dog and the person at the bottom? Zoom, I'll see you later. Bye bye.